Hello, welcome to another episode of the Mindful Introvert podcast. I'm Joe and I help busy go getters avoid burnout by creating a more peaceful life through meditation and unconscious reprogramming. And today's episode is all about, do you really need to know all of the answers? Let's find out. You know those moments where you feel like, oh my God, why can't I just figure this out? Why is this so difficult? What is going on with me? This is so simple, or ah, just I just wish I would know the answer. And you think, do you really need to know all of the answers in your life? Do you need to have your life all figured out? This is what I'm asking. If yes, that's fine. I would just say, okay, leave this episode because it's not for you. If no, or if maybe, well, maybe stick around because my idea is that we don't need to know all of the answers. We don't need to know what is going on. We don't need to know our future. If we were to know our future, would you like to know it? I know I wouldn't. I think my life would be super boring if I knew what would happen in one day, 1 year, 10 years. If I knew my future, if I knew exactly how my life would be happening, and it would just be boring and I would get rid of it. Get, get rid of it. No, I would get tired of it. Maybe I would get rid of my life if I knew all of the answers, because where is the challenge? Where is the, oh yes, this is a struggle and now I need to overcome this and I need to figure this out. I need to learn something, learn how to do it, or how get more knowledge or get more experience, or just life is a little bit like a game. And sometimes we feel like we are losing the game. But in essence, it's just another level that we have to overcome. And then it gets better and then it gets easier. Then it's another level that is a little bit more difficult. But we need to keep going one day at a time. And I see a lot of people, and myself included, don't get me wrong. I used to think that I had this plan for my life and I wanted my life to go this way and it had to go this exact way. And if it didn't, I would lose control and I would get super stressed. And if it wasn't that way, it wasn't good enough and I didn't want it. So it's either this or nothing. And this is very typical of a perfectionist, and a lot of perfectionists do this and they don't even realize that they are perfectionists, but that's another story. But a lot of people do this in the sense that they control so much every step that they take, everything, that they're not living. They are not living in the present day. They are just living for the future. They are just living for the next day that they will buy a house, that day that they will get married, that day that they will have kids, and that day that they will see their kids grown up and they will have grandkids, and then oh my God, like it's non-stop. Or you'll have this career and you'll start on entry level and then you go up and up and up and you get promoted and then you're CEO, and then it's just it's just a story that never ends. And the reality is that we don't know all of the answers. We'll never will know. And that's the beauty of life, is just having a little bit of a spontaneity. Is that how we say it? Is that having some, being in the flow a little bit and having something come up and you have to figure it out in the moment. And That is exciting. That gives some motivation to wake up and have something different, which I understand that a lot of people are not like me, okay? I'm talking about my own experience because I understand that are a lot of people out there that enjoy the routine and enjoy working the same job like for years. They do like 30 years, 40 years, and they are happy. And this episode is definitely not for those people. This episode is for those people that like change, that like life happening, but they feel like life is happening to them and not for them. And so that is the idea that I want to share, because you don't need to have full control over your life. Because if you did, you would be God. And you're not God. You're just human being. So let's get that sorted. But what you are is the co-creator of your reality. You create your reality with God, if you believe in God, with the universe, if you believe in universe, gods, if you believe in multiple gods. So whatever you believe in a higher self, if you believe in no one, whatever you may believe in, you are the co-creator of your reality. And so it is powerful to let go a little bit of control. And when you let go of control is when you start getting the clarity, is when you start getting the lessons, and when you start getting the tests, and when you start getting the opportunities to grow. And it is when you start letting go and when you start having more faith and more trust in yourself and the universe and the people around you, that you actually start getting that clarity that you always wanted, and you start getting the answers. And it seems counterintuitive, but the reality is that, okay? And it is when you let go that you receive, if that makes sense. Because if you're holding on so strongly and you're just control, I want answers, I want answers, I want answers, there is no room, there is no space, there is no time for the universe, God, give you the answers that you want, because you are so focused, laser focused, and there's so much pressure. It's almost like you're so strained that your muscles are tense and you don't relax, and you're just so stressed, and all of this stress lowers your energy, lowers your vibration, and there is no way you're getting the answers. There's no way you're getting the lessons and the clarity that you need when you are at such low vibration, energetically and spiritually and physically, every other way. So the way to get the answers is to connect with yourself and be in silence. And I see a lot of people being afraid of silence. I was afraid of silence for a long time. I was afraid of what the silence might tell me about me. And I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to face the silence, because that is basically what fear is being is having the perception that you cannot cope with whatever comes your way. That is basically what fear is. And courage is having that perception, but going through it. And so basically that's what you have to do in this sense of being afraid of the silence and being afraid of connecting with yourself, is having the courage to go through it and get to know your true self. And I forgot where I was going with this. But what I want to say is, when you connect with yourself, when you are in the silence, when you meditate a little bit, even if it's your first time, try to do something that you feel comfortable with. And it will feel weird in the beginning. It always does. I remember the first 10 times I meditated, it was weird, because I felt like there was one right way of doing it, and I needed to do exactly that way. And then I realized that, again, there is not just one right answer, there are a million right answers, and I could adapt the practice to my own needs and to my own desires and to my own liking. And so That clarity only came with me taking action and with me trying out multiple ways and allowing myself to try out multiple ways. Because if I did it once and I decided, oh no, this is not for me, and never did it again, I wouldn't know. We wouldn't be having this conversation. So it takes action. To know the answers, it takes you pulling back a little bit of the pressure, pulling back a little bit of the need to know. And when there is need of something, that implies that you don't have it. So when you need answers, it means that you don't have answers. And reality is that you have all of the answers within you, but sometimes they're not conscious in your mind. But when you are in that moment where you are needing, there is lack of. And so when there is lack of, the message that you're sending to the universe is more lack. So you will continue to have more lack in your life, more lack of awareness and more lack of answers. And so it is when you let go of that need, that extreme desire, when you let go of that and you release some of that pressure by reconnecting with yourself, by reconnecting with your higher self, that is precisely when you start sending a message to the universe that is abundant and there is love and gratitude, and then the universe sends back love and gratitude and more answers, clarity, confidence. And that is precisely the whole point of doing personal development. Doing personal development is not to get answers or to sort your life or to fix your life because your life is so broken. No, your life is not broken. You are not broken. You are just exactly where you're meant to be. If you're listening to this episode, this is the exact message that you need at this exact moment, this divine time. And it is your wake-up call so that you can take action and you can reconnect with yourself. You can try do some personal development practice. You can try and do some gratitude exercises. Go on Google, go on YouTube and search gratitude meditation, loving kindness. That's my favorite type of meditation, loving kindness meditation, or also known as metta meditation. And it's something that is so powerful that you actually feel the vibrations in your body and you feel the space around you get filled with love and abundance. And you let go of that pressure, you let go of stress, you let go of tension. And so you make space for more abundance and more love and more positive things that will eventually lead to the answers. And sometimes, funny story, the answers are not the answers to the questions you thought you had. Sometimes those questions change, and it's a good thing when they do, because it means that you are going in the right direction when your questions change and you get the answers for those new questions along the way, because you get to discover yourself, and that is really good. So I hope this episode made any sense at all. I know it did in my head, but sometimes I struggle to convey my message properly, but hopefully it made sense and I hope you benefited from it. Go to my Instagram. I have much more inspiration. I will post more things around this topic. So definitely go there at Coach Joanna Calado. I will leave in the show notes. Check out my website. It looks really awesome. So I'm really proud of that website. and it's mindfulintrovert.com. And if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I would love to connect with you, and I would love to help you get more inner peace, get more clarity, and help you validate yourself, and really get to know a little bit more about who your true higher self is and how you can get more answers, more clarity, and more confidence. So I think that's it from me. I will love to connect with you on the next episode. Goodbye.